Wow. I mean, you can't ask for a better opener than that.
You are Locked On Auburn, your daily podcast on the Auburn Tigers. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Yes, welcome on into a special live edition of Locked On Auburn. I'm your host, Zac Blackerby, and the Auburn Tigers take down the Vermont Catamounts 94-43 in what was one of the more complete Auburn basketball games in recent memory. We'll talk about the depth. We'll talk about Miles Kelly. Holy cow. But the biggest takeaway here is this season started as ideal as it possibly could. And that's all you can ask for. That's all you can ask for, with all of the hype and all of the attention being on how high the expectations are for Bruce Pearl's squad. A team where, okay, yeah, you're bringing a lot of key pieces back in Janai Broome and Denver Jones and Dylan Cardwell, CBM, but you're asking them to do different things than they did a year ago. We saw a lot of Janai at the 4, him and Dylan on the floor at the same time. Denver kind of having a different role. And then you bring in these transfer guys and you bring in these true freshmen that looked really, really good, by the way. Holy cow. Holy cow. But the fact of the matter is there's so much new, and there were so many questions about this team and this roster and how would they play together? Would it take them some time to get going? Man, they hit the ground running. And to me, like, there's so many different guys you can point to and say, wow, he looked good. Wow, he looked good. Wow, he looked good. And we're going to do that in a second. With this loaded non-conference schedule, the loaded non-conference slate that, contains Houston, that contains potentially UConn, that contains Duke, Purdue, it would have been really easy to overlook Vermont. And the way this score looks is this looks like Vermont's not a good basketball program, when that's not true. This Vermont team is a staple in the NCAA tournament. They are a staple, at least sharing a title of their conference championship, I think, since 2015. This is a Vermont team that is a program, a consistent, mid-major that always finds a way into the tournament. And Auburn just cooked them. And the crazy thing is they were more dominant than what the final score was, because the walk-ons and the backups played so long, which is fine. That is totally okay. That is totally the best case scenario. But this Auburn team, they did everything to limit this pretty decent Vermont team. You shot 56 from the floor. You shot 45% from 3. You moved the basketball. You attacked the rim when you needed to. You shot it from Opelika when you needed to. And then on defense, it was suffocating and relentless. And it did not look like a team that you typically see with their first game that counts of the season. Well done, Tigers. Well done, Bruce Pearl. This team, man, it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. JP Pegues, 3 of 3 from the floor for his 8 points. This is a volume shooter, a guy who's used to shooting a ton at Furman, playing 30-plus minutes tonight. He played 19. He shot the ball 3 times. Okay, check that box. Denver Jones, 5 of 6. 5 of 6 from the floor, 2 of 3 from behind the arc. Okay, I'll take that. Chad Baker-Mazara's hot start was electric. He ended with 11 points. I think all of those were in the first half. It seems like he scored 11 points in like the first 5 minutes of the game. I'm exaggerating a little bit, but not really. But Chaney Johnson, who, if you guys are everydayers, you know that Daryl can't stop talking about Chaney Johnson. And Daryl will be on these shows most of the season. He's on vacation still. But Chaney Johnson scoring 13 points on 6 of 8 shooting. If Chaney Johnson does this every night, watch out. Watch out. if Chaney Johnson has the ability to score double digits every night, there's just so much that this team can throw at you. And we've talked about what that looks like. And we've talked about, okay, like this is what it looks like on paper. But to actually get to see it tonight was pretty fun. Was pretty fun. Whew, man. Who stood out to you the most? Because you could say like 7 different dudes. Live chat, who stood out to you the most tonight? You can make the argument for JP. You can make the argument for Denver. Janai quietly, did he have a double-double? He did not. 12.7 rebounds, plus minus of 35. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Vermont is a decent basketball team. That's what's so crazy about this. And we're going to look up at the end and like, we're going to be talking about how halfway through conference play, and we're going to be listing all of Auburn's quad 1 and quad 2 wins, and Vermont's going to be on there. And Auburn wrecked them. Miles Kelly was incredible tonight. Miles Kelly, 7 of 11, 7 of 9 from 3. That's not sustainable. It's not sustainable. But oh my goodness. And the minutes that he played, the 18 minutes that he played, boy, was he everywhere. You don't see many dudes who can score like Miles Kelly, throw his body on the ground over and over and over again when there's a loose basketball, especially in a game where Auburn was up 15, 20-ish at the time. Miles Kelly was relentless on both sides of the floor. Give me all of that every single game this season. I mean, this team, y'all, Bruce Pearl felt good about them. There are a lot of seniors, and they all know that they got a chance. They all know that they got a chance. Oh, my goodness gracious. The true freshman. Tahad Pettiford. The thing that I dislike the most about this game is that he didn't get any points. But we can see it, right? Like we can see why Tahad Pettiford is getting the hype and getting the excitement and getting the rankings that he did coming out of high school. 0 for 4 from the floor, didn't score a point. That stinks. But his ability to create his own space and create his own shot, we all can see it. He should have gotten one at the end. He should have. I don't really understand what they called, if I'm being 100% honest with you. But, oh my goodness. This team can throw so much at you. And this, like, let's just be honest, guys. Like, as a fan base, I think we kind of needed this. Hats off to this squad, man. Because once again, I can't stress it enough, and a few people have said it in the live chat here. Like, Vermont is a tournament team. This is a type matchup that you get in the first round of the NCAA tournament if you're a top 4 or 5 seed and you play a conference, automatic bid type, mid-major champion, similar to what happened last year when Auburn drew Yale. This Vermont team beat Yale last year. I mean, this is a good team. This is a good team. Ja'Kai Howard, 3 of 5 from the floor, 7 points, 4 rebounds in his first bit of action. Okay. Yeah, I'll take it. There's just not a whole lot that you saw tonight that you don't really feel that great about. I mean, I feel good about all of it. And I'm looking at it right now. Guys who played double-digit minutes tonight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 guys played double-digit minutes tonight. It's exactly what you want. Noah Moore says Saturday's going to be insane. Let's talk about Saturday, shall we? That's coming up right here on Locked On Auburn. Today's show brought to you by our friends at Game Time. Game Time is the best place to buy tickets, whether it's for football, whether it's for basketball. It doesn't matter what it is. Game Time has you covered. They've got the price match guarantee. You're paying the lowest price for those tickets anywhere. They do the work for you. They also have a toggle feature where you can see the total cost of fees and taxes and all that at the very beginning, so you're not like blown away by it when you get there. So be sure to turn that feature on. You got to toggle it on. But yeah, head over to Game Time. It's a free app. Download it, and when you make your account, use promo code LOCKEDONCollege for $20 off. Terms apply. But yeah, use code LOCKEDONCollege for $20 off at Game Time today. What time is it? It's game time. The Auburn Tigers win 94-43 against Vermont. A solid team. They take on Houston Saturday in a neutral site game. Of course, I'm using air quotes. The game's in Houston. You're playing against Houston. Whatever. To me, like, you got a prime opportunity to make a statement. And we'll see what they do. And I hate that it's going to be marked as a neutral site game, because if you win in Houston, like, I really feel like that should mean more, but whatever. It's not. Auburn's going to have a resume where it's not really going to matter. It's such a new team. You're probably not going to have a whole lot of the, they got us a few years ago in the second round of the NCAA tournament. But, I mean, this coaching staff is still here, right? So I think you're going to get a little bit of like some revenge factor with that. But I can't wait for Saturday. And we will be live afterwards. Darryl will be back. All will be right in the world. But I just can't imagine the hype and excitement around this basketball team if you start the season off with a massive win over Vermont, and then whatever, I don't care what the margin is if you beat Houston. I mean, you're talking about one of the best resumes in college basketball 2 games into the season. What a great world to be in. Incredible. A lot of folks talking about the defense in the live chat. And to me, that's like the most impressive thing. You're bringing in the transfer portal. Like, you never know how personalities are going to mesh together on a team. Especially when it's like, I mean, JP Pegues, it's a totally different role from what he was doing at Furman. 30 plus minutes a night. This guy played 19 tonight and he shot it 3 times. But all these dudes seem to already be bought into like, I've got to play defense or I'm not going to play. And that's what Bruce Pearl has said for forever. But normally it takes a while for them to have that relentless attitude. Auburn's up 20 points and Miles Kelly is throwing his body on the ground. I love, you need that fight. You need that level of borderline desperation of just like, I want the basketball. And I'm going to do whatever it takes to put my team in a situation to win. It's just, what a refreshing game. What a refreshing game. Oh, man. All right, let's do our player of the game type thing. I think it has to be Miles Kelly. I think it has to be. I mean, 7 of 9 from 3 is like objectively insane. Objectively crazy. Not sustainable, but the fact that we now know that he's capable of it. And we all thought he would be from what he did at Georgia Tech. We thought that would transfer, and it does day one. I mean, think about this. Like, we knew what Denver Jones was capable of when he transferred last year, but it took him half the season to really kind of get it going. And I love the fact that, Denver Jones shot the ball 6 times tonight and scored 16 points. I'll take that efficiency all day long. Same with Miles shooting at 11 times, scoring 21. Like, you'll take that, especially with the defense that you're being able to create. I mean, it's just, what a dominant game from start to finish. I thought this would be a 20-point game when it's all said and done, but I thought it would be close at the half. I think the way Auburn dominated both halves is telling. And I think that's a mental thing. Like, it's really hard to dominate somebody, especially a decent team like Vermont. You outscored them in the first half 46-21. And maybe the most refreshing thing about this game, and I feel like I've said that a million times, but the way they started the second half is like, we're not done wrecking you yet. We're not done dominating yet. We've still got time on the clock, and we're going to keep running this thing up. Oh, man. That's hard to do. That's hard to do, and that's super, super exciting. Yeah, you outscore them in the first half 46-21. You outscore them in the second half 48-22. Oh, man. Oh, man. Some think, some are saying runner-up for player of the game is Ja'Kai Howard. I'm okay with that. I don't know if I agree, but I'm okay with that. Colin says runner-up Chaney Johnson. I like that one a lot. And this is Chaney Johnson's game with what I'm about to say. I got to feel we're going to say this double-digit times this year. But Chaney Johnson, a quiet 13 points, a quiet 6 of 8 shooting. But that's his game. He just kind of hangs out. When the game comes to him and the opportunity's there for him to score, he's going to take advantage of it. And we talked about that at times a ton last year where he'd go like 3 of 5 for 8 points or something like that. And that was almost the difference maker in a lot of these close games in conference play down the stretch last year. And it's like, okay, cool, sweet. And we heard about what he could do offensively in practice, and it just never really translated. Man, if Chaney Johnson can score 13 points a game, watch out. Watch out. Because you need that guy to be steady. Like, Janai's going to get you 12 like he did every night. In most situations, he may get you more than that. Chad Baker-Mazara is probably going to get you around 11 every night. I don't think that's crazy. Denver Jones is going to have his nights where he's probably hot and cold. You'd love for him to average 16, but there's going to be nights where he's probably in single digits. There's going to be nights where he pops like Miles did tonight. But you need another guy like Janai that's going to always kind of be around double digits. If that can be Chaney Johnson, watch out. And also, Chaney's a guy that you want to give minutes to because he's a good defender, like a lot of these guys are. So exciting. So exciting. The Ja'Kai dunk was crazy. Yes, a lot of people saying that was awesome. Yeah, there will be pictures of that. There's got to be. There's got to be. I hope my guy Eric Starling, who does some photography stuff for me, I hope he got that because that'll be electric. That'll be electric. Hunter with an interesting stat here. Is that true? Hold on here. Bench points. Wow. Auburn's bench scored 47 points. Vermont as a team scored 43. That's insane. Let me say it again. Say it in the live chat with me. Let's all say this together. Vermont is a tournament team. Vermont is a tournament team, and Auburn's bench outscored their entire team by 4 points. Insane. And like Auburn could have scored 110 in this if they would have kept their foot on the gas. Oh, man. Awesome, awesome, awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. All right, we're going to put a bow on it here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in for a few minutes. We'll go live after the Houston game on Saturday. I got a feeling it's going to be fun. I got a feeling it's going to be fun. Daryl will be back with me. So we'll do this every game this year like we did last year. The growth on these last year was fun. I got a feeling it's going to be a crazy fun season with all these big non-conference games. So 94-43, the Auburn Tigers get it done against the Catamounts. Absolutely love it. 94-43. Please like the video. Please subscribe. If you're listening on audio, please leave a review on however you're tuning in. It really helps the show out a ton. We'll see you next time. This has been Locked On Auburn.